restore order and save the city. Standing in the Division's way are murderous factions bent on looting, murdering and purging in the chaos of a devastated New York. The game is played from a third-person perspective, and the player character is highly customizable in terms of appearance. Progress is rewarded by gaining experience and levelling up, allowing the player to improve their skills and use better weapons. In-game currency and other forms of loot can also be found on downed enemies and throughout the game. While missions can be taken on solo, gameplay takes place in a persistent online world with other players present, and objectives will be more easily achieved by teaming up with other online players. Cooperative play is online only, and there is no local split-screen option available. The Division follows other Tom Clancy-themed multiplayer shooters like Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six, but with its strong online multiplayer component and emphasis on progression and loot, it's probably most comparable to Destiny. A smallpox outbreak in major American cities has brought down the government and thrown society into chaos. The only hope for New York is the Division, a secret organisation of sleeper agents living everyday lives, waiting to be activated in a major emergency. Lead developer Ubisoft Massive, formerly Massive Entertainment, previously developed the Ground Control and World in Conflict games, and have been assisted on the Division by other Ubisoft studios. Tom Clancy's The Division is available for PS4, Xbox One and PC for around £55 or $60. A season pass covering future downloadable content is also available for £33 or $40. As an online game, PS4 and Xbox One owners will require a PS Plus or Xbox Live Gold account respectively. The Division will take a considerable time to complete. This is extended by Ubisoft's plan to combine free and paid expansions as well as frequent in-game events to encourage players to keep updating their characters and going back into Manhattan long term. In the UK and Europe, PEGI rates Tom Clancy's The Division 18 for violence towards defenceless people and strong language. The Games Rating Authority expand on their PEGI details by saying that Tom Clancy's The Division is a mix of open-world shooter with survival elements in which the violence is predominantly regarded as moderate and there are sustained depictions of death caused through the use of contemporary military weapons, firearms and explosive devices, although there is no dismemberment. Although enemies have similar weapons, some also have flamethrowers which cause characters to be set alight and loud screams are heard with the associated thrashing of arms and legs. There is, however, no visible damage to the flesh and clothing of the character. The Games Rating Authority considers the worst of the violence to be during gameplay and cutscenes in which characters are tied up and placed in a kneeling position and shot or stabbed, and then there is no opportunity for the characters to run away. Dialogue includes the word fuck and derivatives. Seeing modern civilization struck down and reduced to ruins is a common genre thrill, and by setting up a realistic outbreak in a real location, The Division cuts thrillingly close to plausibility in a way that may have broader appeal than more fantastical, futuristic scenarios. Whereas many games set in post-apocalyptic settings see a lone survivor acting as a free agent, Mad Max style, this being a Tom Clancy title, the only people who can be trusted to secure the future are members of a secret, militaristic agency hidden acting as sleeper agents within their own country. It's an original premise, although the idea of a secret state as saviour may appear both implausible and distasteful. There's certainly something disturbing about teched-up military running through a crisis-stricken city, gunning down rioters, regardless of how aggressively they're portrayed. The Division turns one of the most familiar and spectacular cities on Earth into a ravaged hellhole playground in which players can team up to rescue hostages, kill baddies and level up their characters. And for many people, the prospect of a deep online shooter set in such a vivid open world